Creep is the ratio of elongation to original length that occurs in materials over time. That doesn't matter. For a particular steel structure, for the first 50 days, the creep increases by 6 times 10 to the 6th per day. So that's my slope. 6 times 10 to the negative 6 times some number of days, we can call it t days, plus b is going to equal your total creep. After the 50th day, okay, so 6 times 10 to the negative 6 times 50, your creep is going to be 3 times 10 to the negative 4th plus b. Well, I'm always curious, what is this b value? So let's figure out what that is. What is, if I have 3 times 10 to the negative 4th, and then if I subtract from it what I would have had here, which is 6 times 10 to the negative 6th times 50, right? I can find out what my initial value is. And sometimes that's good to have. And it actually is 0. So since it is 0, it's just good to check, right? You are starting from 0. So this is your creep. This is your function. F as a function of t is 6 times 10 to the negative 6th times t, number of days. Now they say after the 50th day, when the creep is this, the creep is going to triple every 62 days. After the 236th day, how much less would the creep be if it had continued to grow linearly after the 50th day? So we're growing exponentially after the 50th day. So 236 minus 50. I can do that quickly on my calculator and I get 186. But we know that every 62 days we triple. So if I divide this by 62, I get 3. So I'm going to take 3 times 10 to the negative 4th and multiply it by 3, where we're tripling it, raised to this 3rd power. And that's going to give me a number. Let me put that into my calculator. 3 times 10 raised to the negative 4th times 3 to the 3rd, I know is 27. And I get this. I get 0.0081. That's what I'm going to have after 236 days, given that we've grown linearly initially and then exponentially after day 50. Now this right here, if we keep growing linearly, I need to know what is f of 236 if I just keep growing. So 6 times 10 to the negative 6 times 236 is what I'm going to do. 6 times 10 raised to the negative 6th times 236 is what I'm going to do, and I get 0.001416. Now I have to subtract this from or by this. So I'm going to take my first answer on my calculator, hit enter, minus my answer here, and I end up with 0.006684, which in scientific notation, if I move this over 1, 2, 3, it's going to be 6.684 times 10 to the negative 3rd. So that is this number, right? Rounding the 6.684 to the nearest 10th. We can put that answer down and move on.